Welcome to Chris Cook for YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing Cornish hens. Let me show you what that looks like. Most people know this as being a baby chicken, but this is what a Cornish hen actually looks like. It's enough meat for one, maybe two people, but mostly you will see it, whereas one person will eat it. So let's get started with the ingredients that you're going to need. I'm going to be roasting these off in the oven. You're going to need thyme, rosemary, olive oil, minced garlic, kosher salt, and pepper. Now I've already washed these, so I'm going to go away, and you're going to need butter, which I don't have sitting here, and your butter is going to need to be room temperature. So I'm going to go away, get all my ingredients setting out, and I'll be right back. One of the things you will also need is a rack. Now I'm using an oversized rack. You can use one that fits in the pan as long as it elevates itself. So I'm going to use this rack inside of my baking sheet. So you're going to need that as well, because we're going to roast these open-faced in the oven. I'll be right back. Okay, the first thing you want to do is to get your ingredients ready so you can go ahead and make this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some olive oil down over in this bowl. And the olive oil is strictly going to be used to baste the outside of my Cornish hens. Now, I'm preparing 6 Cornish hens today, so I'll show you the paste that you will need to make to go inside the Cornish hens, and you see where I've already poured up the olive oil. Now, and you can roast as many as you would like, but this is the way you would do the mixture. Now, if your butter is melted and all you want it is just room temperature, then you want to go ahead and you want to mix that. Now, to that you want to add 1 tablespoonful of your rosemary, and to that mixture you want to add 1 tablespoonful of your thyme. Now, you're going to mix these ingredients up, and you're going to paste them on the inside of the skin, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Then you're going to take your garlic. Make sure that my spoon is cleaned up. And this is minced garlic. Now, I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of the juice that's over in here, and that's just going to give me a little bit more flavor to my paste that I'm going to be putting on the inside of the Cornish hen. And I'm going to use 1 tablespoon full of the minced garlic. Now I'm going to add about 1/2 teaspoonful of the kosher salt, and I'm going to do the same thing with the pepper. I'm going to take this top off and just add 1/2 teaspoon of that. Okay, now you can make your seasonings up with anything that you want to make it up with, but this is the way that I'm going to do it. You want to stir this and make it into a paste. Now, once you get this all stirred up, just a little, clean that up. This is going to go inside of the skin of the Cornish hen, and this is to help to flavor it. And that way you got your butter, you got your rosemary, you got your thyme, you got some salt and pepper, and I seasoned it not only with a little bit of garlic juice, but I used some garlic, minced garlic as well. So this should be a very flavorful Cornish hen. Then you're going to take your Cornish hens and you're going to make certain that your Cornish hens are open. Now, how do you do that? How do you remove that skin? You're going to take your finger and you're going to carefully stick it. Let me put on another glove here. You're going to carefully stick it up underneath the skin. Okay, now you see this skin is locked. See, it's locked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my fingers and I'm going to stick it in. You don't want to pierce the outside of that skin. So you're going to stick it in and you're going to pull that skin loose from the meat part of the bird. Now you want to pull it all loose as much as you can. Okay, now once you get that loose, I'm going to show you again so you'll see exactly how this is really done. And I've done the majority of them, so, and like I said, I did wash these already. So I'm going to take this, stick my finger up in the inside. Try not to pierce that skin, so do it as slowly as you can if you need to. I've done this before, so it's a lot easier for me than it will probably be for you. But just run your hand around and release. It's like a little membrane up in there, so you want to release that from the skin. So you're actually taking the skin from the meat. Okay, now once you do that, if it needs to have, say, some water dried up on it, you're going to pat dry it. Put these back in. And clean up any little water that may be on my surface. Okay. Once you do that, you can cut off this butt portion if you want to. I'm going to take mine off, or you can leave it on. So I'm just going to cut that off. It's really not that hard to cut off. Okay. It already started cutting some more. Now, I'm going to take the butter. I'm going to put some on my hand. And I'm going to stick it up inside of the skin. And I'm going to baste it all around inside of the skin. Now for each bird, or for each Cornish hen I should be saying, you want to use at least about 2, maybe 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of your butter paste. Once you get that in, kind of flatten it out inside. And the reason why I put the olive oil inside of this container, because then you want to take the olive oil, and that's what you want to oil up the skin with. Because you want to roast this, you want it to be a pretty color brown, golden brown. So you want to make certain that he's all oiled up. Then you're going to take your wings and you're going to turn them back. Now, if you want to string this, you can. If you don't want to string it, you don't have to. If you string it, then you're just going to bring the legs up like that. But I'm not going to string it. I'm just going to leave it open. And then you're going to season it with salt and pepper. And you're going to put it on the rack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one more, just to show you how this is done. And then I'm going to go away and I'm going to finish off all of them. So I'll take my Cornish hen. Make certain that I've released the skin from the meat. Then I'm going to go inside of it with the paste that I've made, using about 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of the butter. And you want to stick it every place that you released your skin. That's where you want to put it. Once you get that done, then you want to take your olive oil and you want to baste your skin. Now you want to make certain that you generously put olive oil all over it, because that's what's going to help to brown your Cornish hen. Okay, now once you get that done, Then you're just going to salt and pepper it like I told you, and then sit it over on the rack. So I'm going to go away, complete this process, and I'll bring you back before I put these in the oven. Be right back. Okay, now these are ready to go in my oven. It's going to go in at 375 degrees. It's going to cook roughly about 2 hours, maybe 15-20 minutes. But I've salt and peppered the outside of it. Of course, I use kosher salt, as I told you, and the black pepper. And I did it on both of them. The rack was, the pan is too small for me to get them all on one, so I'm putting them on two. So I'm going to put them in my oven, and I will bring you back midway and show you what it looks like. Then I'll bring you back at completion. Be right okay back. Now I'm back, and the Cornish hens are done, and they look beautiful. And see how the color is all evened on them. That came from rubbing the olive oil on the outside of it. They cooked all the way through. I did thermometer test them. Your thermometer should read 160 in order for them to be done. I went a little bit over, but that's perfect. Anyway, I just wanted to show you how to cook Cornish hens. I am going to plate this. You will see the plate at the end of the video because I'm still cooking my vegetables for my meal today. Just want to do something different, Cornish hens. I think that if you try this recipe, you are truly going to enjoy it. And as always, thank you for watching. Chris Cook for you too. Bye.